After experiencing a traumatic home invasion in London, a couple escapes for a quieter life in a small Irish town. Unfortunately, not all the locals welcome their arrival. Maya nervously looks at an unopened pregnancy test kit. Sighing heavily, she opens it and performs the test while her husband, Jamie, anxiously waits outside. Moments later, Maya joins Jamie in the kitchen, and he eases his wife's worry by jokingly downplaying their desire to have children. They share a kiss and wait for the test result. When they hear the timer beep, the couple shares a nervous look. Holding her breath, Maya apprehensively flips the test. Her eyes tear up as she sees the result, and she happily confirms the pregnancy, making the couple cry and jump for joy. To make sure the first test wasn't a false positive, Maya runs another test, while Jamie goes to the store to purchase a celebratory drink. Outside the store, 3 hooligans pester and ask him random questions. He ignores them and walks into the store to buy a non-alcoholic beverage. Upon leaving the store, the same 3 men hound him, and Jamie's temper gets the best of him as he hurls insults back at them. His comments tick the men off, and they watch with evil intent as he heads home. In the apartment, Maya hears her husband returning when Jamie suddenly screams in fear. The 3 men followed him home and broke into the apartment to beat him up. Panicked, Maya calls the police to report the home invasion. Afterward, the pregnant woman is forcefully pulled out of her hiding spot. One of the men beats Jamie, while the other 2 kick her as she writhes in pain on the floor. Jamie screams for them to stop, explaining that his wife is pregnant. However, the men maliciously sneer at him as the men continue to intimidate Maya. With her child's safety on the line, the woman desperately grabs the kitchen knife and swings at the men. The leader smugly challenges her to stab him as he holds her hand and points the knife at his throat. Luckily, the police arrive, and the sirens cause the men to run off, leaving the distraught couple crying in each other's arms. In Ireland, Maeve lies lifelessly on the ground with an empty plate beside her. Soon, the medics confirm Maeve's death, to her friend Neve's dismay. As the medics take the body away, Neve notices someone peeping through the gaps of the stone wall by the forest, so the older woman walks away in a hurry. Months later, the couple drives toward the small Irish town. Jamie marvels at the beauty of the greenery and credits their luck on inheriting a house from his aunt Maeve. Maya scolds her husband for feeling joyful amidst his aunt's passing, yet the man can't believe how fortunate they are to receive a house, especially after what they've been through. At the house, they meet Neve, who welcomes the couple and says she wants to show the couple something peculiar before leading them to the backyard. They stand facing the stone wall with a gate and a small opening beside it. Neve tells them a tradition that Maeve's family has honored since her youth, leaving blood offerings for the Fardarig or Redcaps. The older woman wants the couple to continue this tradition for Maeve, whom she says led a sorrowful life, especially after losing her husband and child to pneumonia. Maeve considered her misfortune as punishment for turning her back on the old ways and disrespecting the little people. Despite the odd request, Maya promises to leave the offerings, and Neve sighs in relief before leaving the couple to get acquainted with their new home. After unpacking their belongings, the tired couple lies on their bed to rest. They notice a hole on their roof, so they plan to hire a repairman from Neve's list of recommendations. Later, Jamie and Maya go to the local grocery store. Maya calls the repairman to do their roof as soon as possible. However, the man declines, since they're all booked up for the next few weeks. At the cashier, the owner refuses to take their money and gives them today's groceries for free as a welcoming gesture to Maeve's family members. On the drive back, they come across a general builder's shop owned by the Whelan family. Jamie insists on inquiring despite Maya's reluctance, since the shop wasn't on Neve's list of recommendations. After the couple's transaction with the Whelans, they head to Neve's bar. As they enter the establishment, the customers eerily stare at the couple, who stand perplexed by the door. Suddenly, the crowd explodes into cheers, welcoming the newcomers, delighted at their little prank. Later, while the couple engages in small talk with the locals, the inebriated Rory asks about their experience in town so far. So Maya shares that their house isn't in the best shape and that they availed of the Whelan family's services. Unprompted, Rory warns Jamie not to leave his wife with one of the Whelan lads, as they might do something to Maya. Neve scolds the older man and chases him and his dog Molly out of the bar and tells him to sober up. Moments later, Neve asks Maya what she'd offered the Redcaps. Her question makes Maya's eyes widen because she's forgotten her promise. Worriedly, Neve asks Maya if she's responsible enough for her duty, and even suggests doing it on their behalf. However, Maya isn't too keen on the idea as she recounts her and Jamie's experience of the men breaking into their home. Still wary of letting anyone enter their house without their approval, the older woman apologizes to the couple. Confused by Neve's insistence, Maya asks if she really believes in the red caps, and the older woman admits that she's seen one by their house's stone wall. The pregnant woman remains dubious of her statement, but solemnly vows to continue the offerings, especially after Neve's severe warning. Meanwhile, Rory stumbles on an empty dirt road with Molly when the dog suddenly takes off into the trees. In a nearby tower, a small, agile creature watches the clueless man. In the forest, Rory calls for Molly to return, but the canine leads him deeper into the trees. After losing the dog's trail, Rory notices a hooded person crying, and he approaches slowly. Suddenly, the person turns around to reveal an evil creature who gleefully slices the screaming man to death. The next day, the couple is woken up by the loud sounds coming from their kitchen. Fearing another break-in, they carefully enter the kitchen, where they see the Whelans who've entered their home without informing them beforehand. Colm Whelan introduces himself and insists that the couple call him Daddy Whelan, to Jamie and Maya's discomfort. Despite the couple requesting the roof be fixed first, Colm thinks they should start with the kitchen, since they're still waiting for the scaffolding to arrive. As the older Whelan makes small talk with Jamie and Maya, the couple notices the offensive language used by two of the three Whelan kids, specifically how Killian and Aisling curse at their half-brother Ewan. The couple goes to the grocery store, unaware that the Whelan siblings are wreaking havoc, stealing their belongings and working recklessly. On their way home, the couple visits an old church where Maeve and her husband's graves are situated. Father Brendan accommodates them while they discuss Maya's pregnancy. She admits her sin of getting rid of her first child with her previous partner, which Maya shows no remorse for since the child's father wasn't a good man. However, she solemnly wants her and Jamie's child to make it, so the priest wishes for Maya to find peace in their town. After their conversation, Father Brendan shows them the graves of Maeve, her husband, and their child. The priest informs them that though their child's name is on the gravestone, the body isn't buried with Maeve and her husband, causing the couple to question if the child really did perish from pneumonia. As they drive home, the couple sees Neve on the side of the road, so they pull over to see what all the fuss is about. Neve informs them that some townsfolk are searching for Rory and Molly after not coming home yesterday. Maya asks if they can help, but Neve tells them everything is covered. Then, Maya asks Neve about Maeve's daughter, so Neve reveals that Maeve said she bargained with the creatures to save her husband's life in exchange for her baby. Maya theorizes that Maeve was probably suffering from postpartum depression, insinuating that Maeve caused her daughter's death. However, Neve insists that Maeve would never do such a thing, because she loved her child more than life itself. As the couple returns home, they see Aisling and Killian smoking illegal substances by the front door, angering Jamie. An argument ensues, so the exhausted Maya decides to head inside to take a bath. In the bathroom, she's disgusted by what Killian left in the toilet and quickly flushes it. Moments later, Maya catches Ewan peeking through the window and screams for her husband. Jamie abandons his argument with the Whelans and runs off to Maya's side. Later, the couple speaks with Colm about his children's behavior. Colm assures he'll straighten them out, while eliciting sympathy by telling the couple about his wife's death. Later, Jamie takes his negative emotions out on his punching bag, while Maya prepares her liver offering for the red caps. The pregnant woman walks toward the stone wall and places the plate in the opening. As she turns to leave, Maya hears a creepy giggle just as the wooden gate opens. Curiously, she returns to the opening in the stone wall and sees that the plate's empty, so she fearfully runs back to the house. The following day, Ewan accidentally breaks a glass window, nearly injuring Maya. Furious, Jamie expresses that he's had enough of the Whelans' attitude and poor work ethic. Maya tries to referee both sides, wanting to resolve the conflict. Colm suddenly appears and starts beating Ewan for his mistake. Maya defends the man from his father, saying she's unharmed, so Colm walks away. After the chaos, the pregnant woman goes to the backyard to calm herself down. While Maya works in the garden, she hears a dog barking from the woods. She enters the forest, where Molly lures her into a stone hut with an ominous shrine within. Wisely, she doesn't venture further inside. On her way back, Maya sees a hunched-over Ewan, crying over getting beaten by Colm. He talks to the pregnant woman about the abuse he's received from his father throughout his life. Maya comforts the man, but Ewan suddenly attacks and pushes her down to the ground. Later, a disheveled Maya returns to the backyard and calls for Jamie. He hears her call and finds his wife in the backyard backyard behaving oddly. Maya brings Jamie into the forest and recounts Uin's attack. Incensed, Jamie wants to find the man, but Maya says that the redcaps saved her. She claims the creatures dragged Uin off her, but Jamie doubts the authenticity of her tale. Maya is insistent with her story, so Jamie storms off to drink his sorrows away in the pub. At Neve's pub, Killian and Aisling arrive to confront Jamie about their missing brother. Jamie tells them he has no idea where he is. The Whelans aren't convinced and continue to pester him, so Neve steps up to defend him. However, Jamie wonders if Maya's tale might be true after all. In the house, Maya hears a noise from outside and follows it to the living room, where she witnesses a creature enter, carrying a plastic bag over its shoulder. It slowly approaches the frightened woman, creepily sniffing her stomach, seemingly aware she is with child. The red cap places the bag down and turns to leave, while Maya tries to take a picture on her phone for proof. When the red cap is gone, Maya checks the bag's contents and sees Uin's severed head. Terrified, the woman crawls away to the corner. Jamie returns home, and Maya shows him the decapitated head and the blurry pictures on her phone as evidence. Shocked, Jamie refuses to call the police, convinced people won't believe their story. Seconds later, the Whelans arrive, demanding answers for Uin's disappearance. Jamie tells his wife to hide and dispose of the head, while he distracts the Whelans, unaware that the siblings have already begun searching for ways to enter the house. Maya tries to escape through the window, but is caught red-handed by Aisling when the pregnant woman accidentally drops the plastic bag containing the head. With nowhere to go, Maya runs into the woods to ask the redcaps for help. Meanwhile, the Whelans force their way into the couple's home. Jamie barricades the stairs as he goes to find his wife on the second floor, only to be attacked by Killian, who enters the bedroom through the hole in the roof. Jamie tries to fight back, but his paralyzing fear gets the better of him, and he's overpowered by Killian and Colum. Concurrently, after wreaking havoc inside the house, Aisling heads to the backyard and comes across Maya, who just returned from the forest. Aisling shouts to her father that she's found Maya and proceeds to attack the pregnant woman. Meanwhile, Colum orders his son to finish Jamie off. However, before Killian slays Jamie, a creature drops into the room, jumps on Killian, and starts stabbing him. Colum rescues his son by hitting it with a club, and in disbelief, tries to identify the creature before them, unaware that more redcaps lurk around. Killian runs downstairs, but a redcap attacks him. Fortunately, he successfully defeats it by hacking into its head with a massive knife. Meanwhile, in the backyard, while Aisling attacks Maya, a group of redcaps comes to the pregnant woman's rescue. The creatures hold Aisling down to the ground and cut her belly open before feasting on her entrails. By the front of the house, Colum prepares his shotgun, while Killian locks himself in the vehicle, traumatized by the fiendish monsters. While the father and son argue, a redcap in the back seat sneakily slices Killian's throat. As Killian violently perishes, Colum breaks the car's window to open the door, but his son dies in his arms. Meanwhile, Jamie searches for his wife and finds her in the backyard, already in labor. He's ready to attack the redcaps eating Aisling, but Maya stops him, explaining that the creatures are there to help. He embraces his wife, convinced that they're safe. Suddenly, Colum hits one of the redcaps with his gun, making the creatures retreat into the forest. Jamie bravely steps up, but the older man shoots him in the shoulder. Colum slowly walks toward them, threatening to hurt their unborn child inside Maya's stomach. Suddenly, Molly appears and bites the older man on the arm, making him drop the shotgun. As Colum struggles against Molly, Maya grabs the gun and shoots the man's head. Just as the sun rises, Maya gives birth to a baby girl, to the couple's unbridled joy. After Jamie returns from a quick trip to the grocery store, the couple rests in bed for a moment and figures they need to clean the house soon, so as not to raise suspicion regarding the Whelans' disappearance. That night, while Jamie cleans the Whelans' vehicle outside, Maya realizes the redcaps abducted their child, claiming the infant as payment for their help. Maya urgently runs to the stone hut to get her child back. Inside, she discovers an elderly woman holding the baby, whom the creatures treat like a queen, and Maya deduces that she is Maeve's long-lost daughter. Maya demands to have her child returned in exchange for herself. However, the older woman rejects the offer, saying that she is too old for such a position. Her refusal angers Maya, who then attacks one of the redcaps, before violently sticking her thumbs into the elderly woman's eyes, ending her life. Her gruesome actions amaze the other redcaps, and they bow before her, confusing the woman. Later, Jamie sees his daughter by the open door leading to the backyard. Then, he witnesses Maya being baptized with blood pouring from a floating skull. The Redcaps joyfully dance around her, proclaiming Maya the new Mother Redcap. Maya screams triumphantly and dances in the rain as Jamie, Molly, and the tiny creatures join her in celebration.
Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.